Welcome to the 29th episode of the Career Planning Show, on which we feature the interview with Taimur D. Harris III, who hosts the Fatherhood, the Involved Father podcast. Taimur is based in San Diego, California. He has worked as motion capture athlete for EA Sports in Vancouver, Canada, and is an experienced sales consultant with a demonstrated history in sales development, customer service, coaching, marketing, team building, and leadership development. He attended Shippensburg University of Pennsylvania, where he studied communications and media studies. In this interview, Taimur shared his helpful insights regarding his career journey, work in general, and we discussed the importance of being an involved father. If you'll enjoy this conversation, consider checking out his podcast, Fatherhood, the Involved Father. Welcome to the Career Planning Show. Our guest today is Taimur Harris III. How are you, Taimur?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Alex.
a lot.
I appreciate you for having me on today.
Of course. Taimur, can you walk us through your career journey so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I did my undergrad studies at Shippensburg University. That's in central Pennsylvania. I had majored in communications, minored in journalism. It's weird because, I was on a full scholarship for football, and I love water. So my first major was actually marine biology. And, come to find out that took a lot of time away from football. And that's something, being a student athlete, for those that's listening, it's very strenuous and, time consuming when it comes to that. So it was a choice that I had to make to, a couple of my coaches asked me, do you want to play football or do you here for school? And that's just the reality of, sports sometimes on a college level. I kind of had to go a little lower into, but also I found myself more in that space, discovering more of myself during my college years. So I was very fortunate to land in the communications realm and, kind of express more of myself during that time. So, but yeah, after that, I left Shippensburg around, graduated in 2012. And I pretty much, tried to do the football thing, NFL, CFL, any opportunity I can get. I'm a 5'10" receiver. And, I was going to tryouts with a good friend of mine. He now plays in the CFL. And, he's 6'4". So, it's a harsh reality of being a small guy in American sports, right? So didn't really get the opportunity I wanted in football, but that was a blessing in disguise because it allowed me to discover myself more and more, my purpose and what I'm good at. And then from there, I pretty much, I worked multiple jobs. Before finding my mentor, I was the jack of all trades type of guy. And I know it's not really good to do stuff like that, like all different places, but it helps you kind of hone in on the person you are, the purpose why you're here. So from there, I worked one of my jobs that helped me discover myself. I've studied Steve Jobs, so I became an Apple specialist back in Pennsylvania. So currently I'm living here in San Diego. I've been here 6 years. So when I'm living in Pennsylvania about 6 years ago, before moving here, I was pretty much in network marketing. So I was all in the personal development stage. I had a job at Best Buy working as an Apple specialist. But when I'm joining network marketing, I'm around, multimillionaires having leverage, living their lives. And, and I'm going to a 9 to 5. And, being an entrepreneur today, it's like, man, I don't know how I did it, kind of wasting my time for money and doing things I didn't love, but it kind of, you do things, God will put you in situations that help you, discover who you are and put the people around you. So I was very fortunate to have those opportunities. And from there, I pretty much, being in network marketing, I wanted to move somewhere that was tropical, that was socioeconomically wealthy,
Yes.
and also just beautiful,
Mm.
So I ended up coming to San Diego, and in the midst of that, I was in that process of transferring jobs. So I had transferred from Pennsylvania's Best Buy to Best Buy Apple specialist here in San Diego. So and that's where my journey pretty much began to up till today. So
That's fascinating,
yeah.
and thank you for the commentary that you're providing as you're explaining your journey. It's helpful. When we're thinking about one of the companies that you did end up working with
Hmm.
for a little while, Marcus Evans, they're well known. They offer conferences, professional training related services. And you were working there as account executive, then you moved up and you became head of solution sourcing, HR strategy for North America. What are some of the things that you took away from that experience?
Yeah. I'm all about effective communication and how we can, benefit from one another. So when I got the job at Marcus Evans, this was me. So my son is 2.5 years old. So, and we moved we moved into a condo together, me and my lady. And it was like, you know what? I want to work somewhere where I can sharpen my skills and, make more money, but also do something that, I'm good at and I love to do. And, I was blessed to get the opportunity with Marcus Evans. It helped me. Um, so Marcus Evans, pretty much I was the head of HR solutions. So this position, pretty much I had to reach out to high level executives in their companies, CEOs or CFOs, and bring them on so I can match them with other companies where they can help one another in business, acquiring business or partnerships, pretty much. So,
Hmm.
and I was good at sales. I'm good at talking to people, and it kind of helped me be more professional and direct in my communication and closing deals. So that was, I'm a leader in my own way, and it kind of helped me in my leadership abilities and kind of augment my professional skills when it comes to, like, in that world of closing business. So
Mhm.
it was great. I enjoyed that company. So
Fascinating. And not long after that, you ended up moving into a motion capture athlete role with EA Sports.
mhm.
And online gaming is huge right now with the pandemic. And motion capture sounds like a very interesting kind of role. Can you tell us about how you went about shifting into such a role and what their experience was like?
Yeah. Uh Man, working with EA is, obviously it's a dream come true. Being growing up, always wanting to be that NFL athlete, the best of the best, playing the video games as well, like, oh man, this playing with your favorite players that you watch growing up, to actually working on a game, being a mocap athlete behind the scenes of the game, and going there and seeing athletes that you watched growing up and actually working with them now. That is a tremendous experience, and it was a dream come true. So just having that opportunity, it was something that helped me be able to be a stay-at-home dad and travel, take my family, make type of money I've, like, pretty much never seen before, and just be able to do what I love, right? Like, sports is my world. And just be able to have that opportunity is truly a blessing. So it's
So
great.
what did it consist of? What would a motion capture athlete do?
It's a full day thing routine. So it's from 7 in the morning. You'll wake up, get the bus. So it's actually, so we get to Vancouver. That's where the whole studio is. They do FIFA and Star Wars and all that good stuff. Headquarters is located in San Fran, Redwoods. But that's where the big mocap studio is, in Vancouver. Well, it's actually in Burnaby.
Mhm.
So, man, there's a room that you have to calibrate your motions as a player, and they're all different types of and sizes of players too. You got O line and for everyone that's listening out there, if you know the American football and obviously CFL, Canadian football as well, you got a full suit. You got the shoulder pads, the helmet, and they got the little balls on it so they can capture your motions and pretty much everything you see in the game. That's pretty much everything we do. And they will lay out exactly what we need to do, and we'll go out there and perform. So these are pretty much the best of the best athletes that do it.
Hmm.
And my agent definitely finds the best athletes to kind of match what the NFL and the CFL players are doing
Hmm.
and on a professional level. So
And if you think about the time that you had with EA Sports, is there a memory that comes to mind, an experience that really stands out in your mind?
uh it's a lot of experiences. um you know just just have an opportunity to be there and do motion capture for EA is and just you know experience itself. But also, I had the opportunity to take my family there and my lady while she was pregnant. So just I can never imagine myself going to Vancouver, like personally, unless something was calling me there. And obviously it did. And it gave, us the opportunity to go there. And my son's been there a couple times now, like multiple times actually. And, he's kind of grew up around that atmosphere. So I think that's some of the greatest experiences that I have is kind of like having that opportunity to share that with my family and my son. Something that, not a lot of people get the opportunity to do.
Mm,
So that's been that's been one of the most, greatest experience to be able to share that.
that's great. And you started a podcast that I listen to now, Fatherhood, the Involved Father. You're in the process of setting up a nonprofit organization. What made you decide to transition your career from what you were doing before, the kinds of corporate and sports involved roles that you were doing prior to the pandemic, to now having a strong focus on the area of fatherhood?
Yeah. When it comes to the person I am, I'm very ambitious and self-driven, purpose-driven. And, I'm always looking to be involved and do things that's bigger than myself, and ways I can serve my community. And, I'm raising a next generation of a good man, and I want to be involved with that, the next generation of good men. And, being a stay-at-home dad the last 2.5 years, 3 years, I've had that opportunity to watch my son grow and develop and see him today. It's like, man, I'm doing something right. Right. So, I had that time to sit down and reflect and think about, I could do anything I want and I can learn all the skills learn all the skills or get with the people that can teach me. And I'm all about networking too. And, I talked to my ladies and I was like, man, I want to start something in the fatherhood parenting world, where I can kind of use my platform and my voice and my position to share with the world, and change that stereotype and stigma of the stay-at-home dad, that parenting role, and express that. So I started a podcast, Fatherhood, the Involved Father, and now I just submitted my paperwork for my nonprofit, so that's in motion as well. And
Exciting.
it's been incredible just to bring guest fathers on and hear their story, of what how they parent, effective parenting, not just parenting, but effective parenting, and all realms: spirituality, mentality, nutrition, just the daily routine of the involved father and that engagement that they have with their kids. So it's I've been doing it for the last 2.5 months, and it's just starting, and it's growing bigger and bigger. But this is just a message that I want to get out to the world about, not just the father being involved with their kids, but if you are a parent, just having that involvement and understanding your kids, and then also they help you understand yourself more, and just that growth as a family together. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm honored to do it. So
That's great.
Yeah.
It's inspiring that you're pursuing that particular focus. Is definitely something that I'm very interested in as well, and I look forward to seeing what resources you're going to continue producing.
Yeah.
When it comes to the area of career planning and career development, and how it intersects with being a father, what would you say are some things that fathers should consider as they're mapping out their careers in terms of the kind of work that they decide to do, in terms of how they should allocate their time during the week between work and family life?
Yeah. I think that, as individuals, we should understand our we should have that balance for ourselves, like socially, with family, just contributing time where it needs to be.
Mm,
And just knowing, like I'm very big on setting goals, knowing to-do lists, what I need to get done, but also, I'm all about growth, right? Like, we are daily habits. So, if you're not getting yourself to where you need to be, so how do you expect, to get your family or your kids to where they need to be? So just leading by example, but also remember I said I was a jack of all trades, but then I honed in on my purpose and who I was as a person, what God made me for. I think
mm,
that's the most important thing while we're here, is to understand that and to
yes.
discover that.
Mm,
So just waking up, I'm on fire every single day. Like, how can I get better today, and how can I add more value to the ones around me, and also to myself, so I can be of more value to those around me. So yeah, just knowing the things that you want, and also, I'm God centered. So,
mm,
I ask God every single day, and I pray, and it's like, hey, use me, and also give me the wisdom for today, so that
mm,
I know exactly what I need to do, but
mm,
also share with me information and people that can help me get there. And I think that when it comes to career planning, my advice is, if you're not where you want to be, I would say kind of put some things down on paper, and kind of, you know, thoughts become things in a
mm,
sense, and, kind of manifest, you'll start manifesting those things once you start really focusing on the things that you really want to do with your life.
mm. Thank you. So what's next for Tamer?
Yeah. So that's a great question. Like, now I'm kind of building my podcast platform, acquire some partnerships and sponsorships when it comes to the world of parenting and fatherhood. So just building a global nonprofit where we can, touch the people around the world, all the fathers around the world. I'm here to be a part of that next generation of good men, and help raise, the next generation of good men. And that's pretty much probably that's where I'm headed. Obviously, I'm still in the sports realm of things, so wherever that takes me, I stay in shape, I stay ready. So, and
When the agent
yeah,
calls, you'll be ready.
yeah. So I'm always prepared for that opportunity, and I'm always staying sharp daily, so that when the opportunity presents itself, I can take full advantage of it. But yeah, that's next.
Thank you, Tamer.
Yeah.
So how can the listeners of the Career Planning Show stay in touch with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can follow me on Instagram at Tamer D Harris the third. You can email me, first and last name the third at gmail.com. And also, you can stay connected on my podcast, Fatherhood, the Involved Father. And also, if you like what you hear, and you want to kind of be connected, personally, you can reach out to Alex as well, and get my information from him. And obviously, we'll stay connected moving forward, and possibly work together in the future.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's great things.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Tamer.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me, Alex.
If you enjoyed this interview with Tamer Harris III, please subscribe to the Career Planning Show, rate it, and share it with a friend.